Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Mike Barletta back with you guys with another tropical update. A lot going on, but before we do get into it, if you guys could make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps me out a lot. It takes a lot of effort to make these videos. And make sure to go like and follow my Twitter and Facebook pages at Mike B. Weather. They'll be in the description down below. That's where I post the majority of my updates. Can't update YouTube all the time. I know I've been gone the last few days. That's because of school. But I was updating my Facebook and Twitter pages. So if you want more consistent, constant updates, make sure to go check out over there. But a lot to get into today. We actually just had Tropical Storm Nana form. Just south of Jamaica. We do have another tropical depression out there and a couple areas of interest that we are going to watch. But first, the latest on Tropical Storm Nana. As you could see, located just to the south of Jamaica. And then, like as I stated before, Tropical Depression 15 just off the Carolina coast. We're going to talk about that right after. And then at the end of this video, we have a bunch of tropical disturbances that have the potential to move further west and develop. So getting right into the satellite imagery for Tropical Storm Nana, did not look this good yesterday, but a lot of convection bubbling. This is a pretty fast loop, but a lot of good convection bubbling. As you could see, there's Jamaica over there. A lot of nice convection bubbling, though. Recon Plane did go in there and find a lower level center. So this is what we have for Tropical Storm Nana. Now we are expecting this track further west and strengthen a bit, potentially to a hurricane before making landfall. But this overall a pretty good look at the overall structure. Not looking too bad. A lot of convection near the center. Currently dying down a little bit, but I expect tonight we may see a little bit more convection. Now, taking a look at the Recon Plane, initially this morning we were not sure if this was a tropical storm, but the Recon Plane went in, took a path like this, and eventually did find a lower level center, 1004 millibars, and you could see some of these red and darker red wind barbs indicating they were finding flight level winds in between 55 and 64 knots. So pretty strong, probably was just a little burst, but you could see some more consistent winds in the northern quadrants of around 45 to 50 knots. So that induced a tropical storm of 50 miles an hour per the National Hurricane Center. Wasn't really sure if this was going to develop or not, but here we are. Very small, tight-knit eye. Definitely, like as we saw in Hurricane Marco a couple last week or 2 weeks ago, prone to some pretty wild intensity shifts in just a few short hours. So as this pulses up, I wouldn't be surprised to see this pulse down a little bit until we do get a little bit better of a structure. This is the HWRF model for this system. You could see tracking right into portions of Central America, gaining some strength as we do, and making landfall just about hurricane strength. You could see those hurricane force winds begin to develop in the northeastern quadrant of the system right before it does make landfall. So overall, a pretty weak system as of right now, but we may have another landfalling hurricane in just a 2 days from now. Should make landfall about midday on Thursday, maybe Thursday morning Eastern time. So definitely something that we're going to look out for. Not expecting anything major, but maybe we do make it to a minimal Category 1 hurricane. Now, taking a look at the model intensities, as we could see, only a couple of the models do get this to hurricane strength. The majority of them keep it tropical storm strength, but I would not be surprised to see this make a run at hurricane strength. We do have some outliers here getting to Category 3, but that's probably if it did get into the Gulf of Mexico, which we are not expecting. We are expecting this to go into the Eastern Pacific, actually. We are expecting this to travel into the Eastern Pacific. Not a whole lot of precedent for exactly what happens with the namesake with that, but yeah, pretty interesting system, and also breaks the record for earliest N tropical cyclone in the Atlantic. So very interesting. Breaks the record by almost a week. So this is the latest tropical depression we're looking at. This is Tropical Depression 15. Looking better now than it did yesterday. Definitely some nice convection blowing up near around the center of circulation. Center looks like it's somewhere within there, but you could see a lot of wind shear, very fast wind shear, blowing this convection to the east, and you could see this convection, last couple frames, really getting blown just to the east there. So I'm not really expecting this to develop. There is a chance, though. We've had many storms this year actually develop off something like this, like Tropical Storm Faye, Tropical Storm Kyle, developed off of these baroclonic processes that where wind shear could actually help the system strengthen a little bit. So currently at tropical depression status, but would not be surprised to see this make a run at tropical storm status. You could see about half the models do get this tropical storm status. The other half do not get it there. The National Hurricane Center believes it will get there, which would also break the record for earliest O-named storm. So 2020 is breaking a lot of records, a lot of named storm records. Not a whole lot of strong systems, certainly a lot of systems overall. Very impressive for this time of the year to even be in an O-named system. But overall, I'm thinking that this has a pretty good shot at making a tropical storm, especially it has a small window, only over the next day or so, where it could really strengthen to a tropical storm before shear becomes a little too much for it to handle. Will be argued over whether it's really a tropical system or whether it's not really tropical in nature. Regardless, doesn't matter. National Hurricane Center is the one that names them, and that's what we follow. So, as you guys remember before, I hope, we do have a couple of areas of interest of development just off of the coast of Africa. One of them, this one has a 20% chance to develop over the next 5 days, and this one has a 50, I believe, percent chance to develop over the next 5 days. So may get a couple more tropical systems in there over the next couple days. Now, this is looking at the current infrared satellite over the eastern portion of the Atlantic main development region, and this is Africa. This is the first system that we are looking at to develop, or really the second. I will get into this is the first system we're looking at to develop over here, around 40 west. Small chance for development. The trade winds are very, very weak. So we are expecting this system to kind of meander and just sit here and develop, maybe do a little bit of a loop before potentially strengthening to a tropical system, but honestly, in my opinion, don't see much out of this one, especially with the trade winds so weak. It's going to kind of weaken the water potential there with all those clouds over the water, so water might cool down a little bit over there as well. So not really expecting much out of this system, but this is the one I really want to watch, expecting this storm to kind of move along the lines over there and north of this initial system with only a 20% chance of development. This system may actually swing a little bit to the east and kind of propel this bigger system further west, which would be quite interesting to watch. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that, because some little HWRF effect going on there. Actually, a few of the models really do show that. But in order for this system to develop, we're really going to need these two areas of convection to kind of form into one. Some of the models actually have this developing as early as Friday, Thursday into Friday. So we could have another system in just a few days as this really fully comes off Africa. We're going to want this little blob of convection to stay behind, this one to catch up to it, and we may see a developing system. Some of the models indicate it may get quite strong as it moves further west towards 20 north, but too early to tell exactly what's going on that. But overall, a very impressive, a lot of convective burst, very impressive African wave. And that's basically what we've seen for the majority of the year now. Most of them have yet to work out, but it's only a matter of time before one of them really develops right off Africa. So this is taking a look at the European ensemble. So as you could see, Tropical Storm Nana right there, Tropical Depression 15, which might try and develop as we stated before. This is the storm that has a small chance of development that I said is just going to kind of meander around, not really do much. This is the wave that currently is on Africa that I just showed you. So this wave that I just circled right here is the wave that I just showed you back here. That is this wave. And the models, as you could see, are kind of big on developing this one, so we're going to have to definitely keep an eye out. And then we have yet another tropical wave coming off Africa right after this one that may produce even another named storm. So we have a lot to catch up on and watch over these next couple days with Tropical Storm Nana, Tropical Depression 15, and those two areas of interest, likely to be three areas of interest very soon. Yeah, so just a very, very active period ahead. I believe September is going to be very active. We may get close to reaching Greek letters in this month alone. Gonna definitely break a lot of records, so make sure you guys are staying up to date with this, coming back to the channel, making sure to follow my Twitter and my Facebook where all the constant updates will be. You guys have an awesome day. If you haven't, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be back soon with some more content.